Ladies and gentlemen, Maa Lizzy left us. Lizzy Nizzle, he really left we. It be sad. This evening before break bottles. If I say break bottles, you people know what I'm talking about. Yes, about me, I'll be drinking water, but it's sad. But she lived. She really she lived a life, and 96 years there. Someday inside, and so yes. Queen Elizabeth II has died at age 96, Buckingham Palace announces. Now, the Queen has died at age 96, Buckingham Palace has announced. The Queen's death ends the longest reign in British history. You understand? She was also the world's oldest head of state. Now, the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen Consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow, Buckingham Palace said. Queen Elizabeth II was, yes, it's not Elizabeth, it's Elizabeth, but I choose to say Elizabeth, allow me. Queen Elizabeth II was the longest reigning monarch in British history and the world's oldest head of state. On her death, the Queen's eldest son and heir, Charles, the former Prince of Wales, has become the King of the United Kingdom and 14 Commonwealth realms. No official details have been released about what will happen over the coming days, but it is anticipated that the Queen will be given a full state funeral as is traditional to mark the death of a monarch. It is also expected that her body will lie in state to allow the public to pay tribute. The King will sign off the final plans in the coming days. Maa Lizzy really worry we. It really worry we. So when you go on social media, everyone is talking about it. Everyone. Even if you know what Britain said, everywhere. At some point, I thought the internet self know they load. Because I was trying to load like comment sections and it wasn't working. Twitter. I think Twitter crashed for a minute because the volume of tweets that people were churning out, it was crazy. You understand? And so, yes, this is a statement from His Majesty the King. A statement from His Majesty the King at the time of the Queen's death. So the death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of the greatest sadness for me and all members of my family. We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother. Yes, I know her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country, the realms, and the Commonwealth, and by countless people around the world. During this period of mourning and change, my family and I will be comforted and sustained by our knowledge of the respect and deep affection in which the Queen was so widely held. And so, yes, that is from King Charles. He has issued a statement. Bro, me personally, I'm indifferent about the whole thing because she's 96. She's lived a life. She's served her people. She has done everything. She has experienced everything. She has witnessed everything. You understand? And so I don't think, I know, yes, people are supposed to be sad and whatnot. People had that kind of connection and relationship, especially our mothers. Go see what's up right now. Go see. I open my WhatsApp status. There's what is happening? Everybody, people are doing things, but it is acceptable. And we no vex. Let us mourn Maa Lizzy in peace. And in 1961, she was in Ghana, right? She came to Ghana. Yes, that time Kwame Nkrumah was the prime minister or the president. So she was in Ghana. Ghana be, then some. You understand what I'm talking about.
Miniature Palanquin. That was the principal gift the chiefs made to the sovereign. For the Duke of Edinburgh, there was a gold linguist stick, a beautifully wrought example of craftsmanship of a high order. And then came, for Prince Charles, a miniature gold sword. For Princess Anne, a gold bracelet. Nor was baby Prince Andrew forgotten. For him, there was a solid gold fountain pen.
So she's gone. And so for those who go love ask questions about, so what next? What is going to happen? No, there is a video that was put together by Business Insider, and it details all the processes, like the procedures they are going to go through. This is like Operation London Bridge has fallen. And so this is what is going to happen. There's a video. The video is about 5 minutes. I'm not going to talk much because it is self-explanatory, you understand? But this is what is going to happen. I don't know if it is going to be dito, word for word, as in that is what is going to happen in the physical world or whatnot. But this was put together by Business Insider. So let's see what is going to happen. Yes, let's see.
That's the code name given to the plan in place for the days and weeks after Queen Elizabeth II's passing. The Queen has been sitting on the royal throne since 1952. That's the longest reign of any monarch in British history. And during that time, she's seen over a dozen UK prime ministers, nearly 20 Summer Olympics, and over half a dozen popes. The Queen is the cornerstone to the Commonwealth, the patron to almost 600 organisations and charities, and plays a pivotal role in the UK's alliance with many countries. So her
Wait, no be Buhari that. What did you do for them?
And charities, and plays a pivotal role in the UK's alliance with many countries.
Be Buhari.
So her passing will bring about a lot of change. Not just for the United Kingdom, but potentially the world.
So this is what will happen when Queen Elizabeth dies? Question mark. Once again, I do not own copyright to this video. It was put together by Business Insider, yes.
Private Secretary, the Right Honourable Edward Young, will immediately pass a message on to the acting Prime Minister at the time. That message will likely read, "London Bridge is down." The Prime Minister will then set Operation London Bridge into action. Within minutes, the 15 governments outside of the UK where the Queen is head of state will be informed over a secure line. And that will be followed by the other 36 Commonwealth nations and leaders around the world. The gates of Buckingham Palace will then dawn a black-edged notice of the news. At the same time, a newsflash will alert media around the world. Every media outlet is prepared for the news. Every radio station has a network of lights that will flash to indicate a national catastrophe such as this. All BBC shows will stop and proceed to run a feed dedicated to the news. Newsreaders will change into the black suits and clothing that is on hand at all times in the news studio, and the traditional red BBC News branding will turn black. Newspapers, TV channels and radio stations have days of coverage ready to go. On the same day as her death, the Queen's eldest son, Charles, will immediately become king. And it's reported that the stock exchange, businesses and shops across the UK will likely close for the day out of respect. The day after the Queen's death, on a live stream, Charles will make his first official speech as king. And the government...
So he has issued the statement. That was what was tweeted by the royal family's Twitter account, yes.
Will swear its allegiance.
So basically what they said in the video, everything is happening, so.
To the sound of a 41-gun salute in Hyde Park, London. After that, King Charles, if this is the name he so chooses, will set off on a UK tour, visiting the leaders of government in the capitals of each country, Edinburgh, Belfast and Cardiff, before returning to London. During this period, TV channels will play the many documentaries already made in the Queen's honour, and the BBC will refrain from playing comedy shows as a sign of respect until after the funeral. 4 days after her death, the Queen's coffin will be led on a military procession from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall. Here she will lie in state over the next 4 days, and after which King Charles, family and dignitaries will pay their respects. Then the doors will open to likely hundreds of thousands of people queued up outside. The funeral is estimated to take place 10 to 12 days after the Queen's passing. But one thing is certain, the day of the funeral will be an official bank holiday for the whole of the United Kingdom. The stock exchange will close for a second time in under 2 weeks, and many businesses will follow suit. At 11 a.m. sharp, the bells of Big Ben will chime, the country will fall silent, and the coffin will be brought inside Westminster Abbey, where 2,000 specially invited guests will bow their heads in prayer. After the service, the coffin will be taken to Windsor Castle, and then finally to St George's Chapel, where Queen Elizabeth II will likely be laid to rest next to her father, King George VI. Likely within a year after the funeral, an official coronation for King Charles will take place on yet another bank holiday. All in all, accounting for the multiple bank holidays, funeral expenses, and coronation celebrations, the Queen's passing is estimated to cost the UK economy billions of pounds. In addition, hundreds of changes will happen across the UK in the months to come. New British currency will be printed with the King's portrait, and the Queen's currency will slowly be removed from use. The same will happen for stamps, passports, and police and military uniforms, and the national anthem will be changed to God Save the King. Not to mention how the world and Commonwealth will react to the new king could alter the British royal family forever. For example, there is growing support in Australia for the country to become a republic, and the Queen's death could heighten that support. This could lead other countries to follow suit, which would almost certainly weaken the British monarchy. This scenario will one day be upon us. Operation London Bridge will be triggered, and arguably the biggest funeral of our lifetime will be witnessed around the world. This will be the end of an era.
Wow. So these are a series of events that's going to happen. And so, Charlie, I'm out.